Well, welcome in here to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, as we have a good one here tonight, a continuation of the girls basketball season in the WIAA here on Zaleski Sports, as we have a good matchup between Stevens Point and Rhinelander. And this pregame show brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
And welcome in once again to Stevens Point SPASH, as it's referred to here in central Wisconsin. As again, the Panthers are going up against the Ho-Dogs of Rhinelander. My name is Connor Philippi, and welcome back into this matchup. It's going to be a good one here tonight. Stevens Point ranked number 9 in the Zaleski rankings. As we take a look at the home team first, Stevens Point 5-2 overall throughout the course of the season, but they are stacking themselves with some difficult matchups throughout the course of this season. Their only loss within Wisconsin was to Hortonville on the 6th. All the other games they won except for a loss against Hopkins. If you're not familiar with that city, it is a Minnesota city, and they went and played Hopkins and Cretin-Durham Hall back in November for a Thanksgiving Classic in Minnesota. And that kind of jumped out to me. I'm from Minnesota, didn't expect to see a couple of those names, but that just proves that with all the good talent in the state of Minnesota, Stevens Point looking to just improve their game in any way they can. And so 5-2, but again, only one of those losses in the state of Wisconsin to a very good Hortonville team that's 2-2 overall right now in that Polar Bears team. But a lot of dominant victories so far this season. Have lost but won by 11, 3, 14, and then a couple victories by more than 40. Beat DC Everest 75-34, and then Wausau East 97-33 in an absolute beatdown on the 12th. They're hoping to continue that success as they have won 4 of their last 5 games. And they are 2-0 within their own conference. As we move things over here to Rhinelander, as they are currently 3-3 so far this season, 1-2 within their own Great Northern Conference, as they're trying to go up against some good teams like Tomahawk, Medford, and Mosinee, who's currently 3-0 in the conference. They're trying to chase them down and trying to improve in the conference so far this season. Taking a look at some of the teams they've played this year, they defeated Crandon 74-15, locking them down. Lost to Regis in a tough opponent there. Wausau West, same team that there was a beatdown by Stevens Point. Or excuse me, that is the next opponent. I had Wausau East as the team that Stevens Point had a beatdown over, but still getting that 81-40 victory over Wausau West. Lost only by 11 to Mosinee, lost by 10 to Medford, and then just won on the 12th versus Antigo, 68-29. And so they are no slouches here when it comes to good opponents, and they are hoping to make a statement here against this very good Stevens Point's team. As we are about 45 seconds from the start of this one. Taking a look here, Stevens Point top players to watch, and that is going to be Jada Soybert, as she leads the team in points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, steals per game, as well as three-point percentage, assists, overall points. She is absolutely dominating. Leah Awe leads the team in blocks as we head things over now to the PA as we announce the players and get ready for our national anthem. But thanks again for tuning in here on Zaleski Sports. It's going to be a good one here tonight on this Tuesday evening.
Once again, good evening, basketball fans. The SPASH Girls Basketball Program would like to welcome you to the SPASH Fieldhouse for tonight's WIAA non-conference game between the Rhinelander Hodags and your SPASH Panthers. Before the game begins, we ask that you please stand if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America and those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Rhinelander, SPASH, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance in interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Basketball fans, let us welcome the visitors, the Hodags from Rhinelander High School. At a guard, 5'8" junior, number 1, Auburn Clark. At another guard, 5'6" freshman, number 4, Keegan Clark. At a forward, 5'11" junior, number 10, Lexi Barron. At a guard, 5'5" junior, number 12, Ella Milicevic. And at guard, a 5'6" junior, number 22, Vivian Lamers. And the Hodags are coached by Mr. Ryan Clark. And now, your Panthers from Stevens Point area senior high. At 6'2", a sophomore, number 3, Leah Alway. 5'11" senior, number 4, Lydia Johnson. A 5'10" junior, number 5, Jada Soyber. A 5'7" senior, number 20, Ellie Strong. And a 5'7" senior, number 23, Jayla Maybach. Panthers are led by Janelle McCarville and assisted by Joe Soyber, Dan Wiersma, and Joe Titus.
And so with all of the introductions out of the way, all that's left is to tip this one off. Thanks again for tuning in. And a reminder that that pregame show was brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires.
Basketball fans, it's time for WIAA.
Here we go, the Stevens Point Panthers, a three-peat within the Wisconsin Valley Basketball Conference, having another strong season and looking to continue it here tonight, but the Hodags stand in their way. Connor Philippi with you. As ready or not, here we go. SPASH has it first. Johnson with a nice feed in. Can't quite get it to go, though, as Awe was in on that one. Clark starts back the other way underneath the basket, able to loft this one up, but it is an over and back. And they'll actually just let it go straight out of bounds. Janelle McCarville, the head coach of this SPASH team. Ryan Clark on the other side. Throw in here by Soibert, their top scorer and leading the stats category, like I mentioned in pregame, and a lot of other things. She absolutely gets this game off on a perfect note. She drains one from well beyond downtown to start this one off. Hodags looking to respond as this one is going to be knocked out of bounds, but by SPASH. That was Ellie Strong, one of the two captains of the SPASH team, Lydia Johnson being the other. Up top here, around to Clark as she will get almost tripped up there. First foul of the game will go against SPASH. That will be Lydia Johnson. Clark, and now almost stolen away from Barron, as that will be, looks like a jump ball called. Throw in upcoming, looks like it's going to be Clark underneath the basket. Had someone open there, ends up just throwing it at the feet of a SPASH player. It winds up out of bounds, tipped out, and it ends up being a SPASH turnover. Jayla Mabon that was able to fall on top of that one and then force it to be knocked away. But that player was open there in that corner, just couldn't quite see it in time, and it led to the turnover. Awe up top. She can't quite get it, but it's a rebounded on the other side by Mabon. Driving in is Soibert. Johnson now under the basket. Quick movement, all areas of the court, and puts up the shot, and it's in. Soibert, the first 5 points of the game for SPASH. Had an outlet pass, but didn't need it. She was already close enough to the basket to make some magic as Clark tries to drive in. Zone defense for SPASH as that one will be drained on the other side by Tegan Clark. One thing you'll notice throughout the course of this game, Rhinelander, significantly younger team, as this one's floated up and good. Soibert once again scores. Zero seniors on this Hodags team, but 8 juniors, as there's been multiple players trying to lead throughout the course of this season. It's going to be a second foul already of the game by Lydia Johnson, so that's already some concern in terms of foul trouble. Would expect her to come out of the game pretty soon here. Just over 2 minutes into the game, she's already got 2 fouls. Vivian Lamers here at the line. She'll get one of those 2 to go. It is rebounded though, and then swiftly taken away. Soibert winds up with it. She goes up for the layup and gets the touch. That was a difficult one. And that's going to prompt an early timeout by the Hodags, as just an unprecedented start here. Not necessarily unprecedented. I guess there wasn't a timeout called, but just an incredible start, I should say, for Soibert. Again, that was a difficult layup. She had multiple players draped on her. Couldn't really put up the same kind of arc and angle you'd put on that shot, so I had to get a little bit of a spin on it off the backboard. 9-4 early on here from Stevens Point. Wide open 3, decided not to take it there, as Clark trying to bounce out of some trouble under the basket. Gets it to an outlet. And that one's stolen away again by Soibert. She draws the contact, and it will be a foul called. 2 more shots upcoming for Soibert.
line for your Panthers. Number 5, Jacob Sawyer.
It's going to be called against Vivian Lamers. First foul of the game for the Hodags, and first for her, of course. First shot is missed. Second shot up, and that will find its way in. Up top here for the Hodags is Clark. She puts up an underhanded shot. That won't go. She wanted contact there, but nothing called. Quickly back the other way. Strong gets that one taken away. Barron with it. Can't quite get the fast break, but gets it over to Clark, who drives in and lays it up. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Soibert. Three-pointer bounces off. And a whistle is going to be called against SPASH. They will get that against Soibert, her first of the game.
Entering the game for Stevens Point area, number 22, Harper Robinson.
Harper Robinson comes into the game as Lydia Johnson takes a rest. Again, she was the one that has committed 2 fouls already in this one. So something to monitor throughout the course of it, as it's still only 3.5 in the game. Up top here is Tegan Clark. I'll do my best to differentiate between Auburn and Tegan Clark throughout the course of the game. Here is Auburn under pressure, getting this one out. Awfully close to a travel there, but Auburn Clark puts up the shot, and it rolls in.
Clark for 2. 30-second timeout, Rhinelander.
And so it is 10-6 as a 30-second timeout will be called. So we'll stay with you here and thank Rock and Roll Cafe for being a sponsor of Zaleski Sports. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. And today's game also brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. And so, seeing a good game so far as the Hodags have been able to stay in it early on. And the big key here is going to make sure for these Hodags that they keep those turnovers in check. Those fast break points are going to kill them the other way, as this one's laid up for 2 by Awe, her first points of the game. SPASH back up to a 6-point lead. Right over to Miljevic, that is Lamers. And now up top again to Auburn Clark. Quick passes along the perimeter, but trying to make something out of it. SPASH with that tight formation and able to bounce out of that one. We're seeing a lot of this circular style of defense here. It's zone defense, and it's just kind of this perimeter circle that gets tighter as the players move closer to the basket. It seems to be very effective for teams that can do it correctly, as Rhinelander still with this possession puts up a deep, deep shot, and that one bounces off. That's going to be an automatic turnover as it touched that top part of the basket. Maddie Paulson coming into the game, replacing Ella Miljevic. And so far, Soibert has scored 10 of these 12 points for SPASH. Here's Maybon. She will get that outlet back out. Puts up the shot. That one bounces off. Up top again, thinking about that three, and then it's going to be a violation against SPASH. And again, Hodeg's able to force a few turnovers of their own. That's been a key part of the competitiveness of these first few minutes. 6 minutes in so far. As Lamers gets that one poked away. Strong back the other way. And now an outlet pass to Soibert. That one rolls off. Didn't quite have the distance off the front of the rim. That one's stolen away once again. Good eye there by Mabon. Laser focused on that one, able to reach out a hand and grab it. Strong in the corner. Nice feed into Awe. All too easy for her.
Awe for two.
Well, yeah, Awe, that 6'2" player underneath the basket. As Lily Carilla, the only other player on the court that is over 6 foot, or that is 6 foot, I should say. Mia Abiad comes into the game, replacing Mabon. Out here to Maddie Paulson, swung around to Clark. That's Tegan Clark. Taking her time, trying to build up some momentum towards the basket. Getting those plays underneath have been really difficult early on here for the Hodags. As Auburn Clark tries to cut in, but is forced out once again. This time she drives in, and again can't get a high percentage shot out of it. Now a three-point shot is up, and that one well off. SPASH once again forcing these low percentage shots. Now driving in, and the contact, getting the and one, or no. I saw 2 shots. And so, actually no, they're gonna call it good. Excuse me, that was the 2 fingers of marking off 2 points, not the 2 free throws upcoming. We'll take a break as a timeout's gonna be called. You're watching Zaleski Sports.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
And we welcome you back here to Zaleski Sports. 16-6 lead for the SPASH Panthers, and we like to remind you that we have a lot of action going on here tonight on Zaleski Sports. So if you have the ability to surf between games, make sure you keep this one on your main computer or main TV, of course. But if you want to check out on your phone, take a look at all the other games that are going on throughout Zaleski Sports. We have 10 other games that are currently streaming between basketball on the boys and girls side, and it is all basketball here tonight. And one shot upcoming. Can't quite make the 3-point play, but that was still a good 2-point play for Awe, as she now has 4 points on the game. Underneath the basket, that's going to be a push called. And it's going to be against Soibert. That's now her second of the game. Definitely worth noting here. And Soibert, out of caution, will immediately come out of the game. Still only about 7.5 gone in this first half. Definitely got to keep her on the court. But in order to do that, you have to take her off for a few minutes. As a shot in the corner, that one bounces off. Running for it, good hustle, but to no avail as it's out of bounds. .13 remaining on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. As a whistle's going to be blown there for what will be the 3rd foul of the game. for the Hodags.
Number 10, Lexi Barron, her second, team third.
That'll be her second there for Barron. So Gracie Anderson now in the game. Trying to drive this one in. Works past the contact. Instead, she'll draw the travel. Another turnover in favor of the Hodags. The big story so far, though, has been the Hodags struggling underneath the court and just to get close enough to put up higher percentage shots. Trying to drive in here and put up the shot. Can't do it. Someone goes right up underneath the rim. That one gets poked away, though. Nice play. So that might have been Tegan Clark on that one, as Auburn will now pop the three and can't get it to go. Bounces off. Rebounded by Strong. Strong feeding it in. Forced back out now to Strong. Swung around to Awe. Three-point shot is up, and that one probably should not have been taken. Going back the Hodags' way. Lydia Johnson back in the game for SPASH. Interestingly enough, one of the things I was curious about when I saw that SPASH played in that holiday tournament on the 28th and 29th, I'm curious what kind of rules they had in place, because as I've talked about throughout the course of the year so far, Minnesota the last 2 seasons has been adopting that shot clock. And so the last 2 seasons I called games in Minnesota as that one rolls in by Auburn Clark. But I'm curious about that, whether or not they had a shot clock, because it's important to note for both of these teams and for high school basketball in this area, there still is all the time in the world to be able to take the shot. So there's no reason necessarily to rush things until you get to the point in the game where you have to. Take your time. Don't let this offense fluster you, because these turnovers are what are going to kill your game, as this one bouncing off. Rolls off the leg of a Hodag, and that will be SPASH ball. 8:41 now to go on the Nacerville Dairy scoreboard. And so Jada Soibert taking it down for SPASH. Passing it out to Strong. Finds Johnson, swing around to Soibert. Deep, deep three again taken, and does not go. Trying to get that rebound, and jump ball is called. Nia Abiyad wanting to pop those 3-pointers. She's taken 2 in a row now from well beyond the arc. SPASH still getting a second chance, though, with the jump ball. So Strong tossing this one out. Didn't take the 3 that time. Soibert takes the deep, deep 3, rolls off. SPASH wanting to be gunslingers early on in this one. And then the foul's going to be called on SPASH, trying to get that ball back. And that is Abiyad. First of the game for her, team 5th. Getting awfully close here to 1-1s the rest of the way here in this half, just over halfway through. Abiyad will come out of the game now and will be replaced. Looks that's Lydia Johnson coming back in. Excuse me, that's Ashley Miller who came back into the game. Johnson's been in for a couple minutes here. Tegan Clark in the corner. And now Lamers feeds it in. Trying to get that triangular pass formation back and forth before they can finally gain some space, but a travel's called before they can get there. Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today. .7:45 left to go here on the Nacerville Dairy scoreboard. Miller fed it to Johnson that time, who drives in under the basket, gets her ripped away by Auburn Clark. On the fast break, puts up the 2 and it rolls in. 6 points on the game now for Auburn Clark. Lydia Johnson tried to feed it in there to Ellie Strong. It was off the mark but tipped away. And so Strong underneath the basket.
Now entering for the Holidays, number 12, Ella Miljevic.
Miljevic comes in replacing Paulson. I apologize. I said I wouldn't fall for the trap, but I have been saying Miljevic, so I apologize. It is Miljevic. That's going to be a call here. Therefore, Miljevic. That'll be her first of the game. And it's another trip here to the Serve Pro free throw line. Call Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration, and Serve Pro like it never happened, as coming in now is Jayla Mabon. Johnson goes 1 for 2 at the line. Quickly back the other way, Auburn Clark trying to go up tempo here for the Hodags, trailing by 7 with 7 to go in the first half. There is Auburn Clark. Again, trying to get that penetration towards the basket. Can't quite get it again. They have been really struggling. Tegan Clark. Miljevic back up to Tegan. Auburn finds Anderson and now puts up the floater. It's once again blocked. Puts up the floater under the basket and the reverse layup. Dangerously close there to getting out of bounds, but was able to stay in. Deep three-point shot taken the other way, bounces off, and Soibert ends up with it. Good effort by Lamers to try and get to that one, but to no avail. Soibert double teamed there, almost forcing the turnover, and then a foul's going to be called there against Tegan Clark, it looks like. And yes,
Number 4, Tegan Clark, her first, team 5th.
will be her first of the game.
Number 10, Lexi Barron.
And I apologize, that was their 5th foul. As this stat crew was just so lightning fast, I looked up there and it was already up. That last time. As that one rolls, picked up there by Strong before it gets out of bounds. Soibert making the move, driving in. Three-point shot is up and can't quite get it to go off Strong. The putback was off the mark, off of a kind of a weird delivery there. Auburn Clark drives in, and that's a shot you should take there, but the three-pointer bounces off. It looked like Auburn Clark got a little bit of separation there for a mid-range jumper, and that is that look that you've been looking for all game long. Offensive foul is called.
Lydia Johnson, her third.
As that shot would have been drained, but Lydia Johnson already with 3 fouls on the game. So that's Lydia Johnson and Jada Soibert, that combined for 5 total fouls in this one so far, and that is not something you want to see for SPASH. You want those players in if this game becomes close in the end. Auburn Clark gets it over to Tegan. It's like Rhinelander taking their time a little bit more these last 2 possessions. Lamers working against Soibert, now swings it around. Getting some separation there, wide open 3, won't go. Able to get it in bounds, but it finds Harper Robinson. Robinson, one of the seniors for SPASH. I never did get a chance to talk about it after I talked about the Hodags with 0 seniors on their team. Off the front of the rim there from Strong. She gets her own rebound. A nice feed in to Awe. A beautiful play.
Strong assist.
As Strong feeds, Awe mosses the defender. Winds up out of bounds off the shot. Again, like I was saying, on the other side of things, SPASH with 5 seniors and 3 juniors, only 1 sophomore and 1 freshman, so this is a very heavy team in terms of seniority. These players have been playing with each other for a while, and that seems to show, especially in the way they run their offense and defense and their way they do things. And poorly timed turnover there as I'm talking about that, as Auburn Clark gets the ball back. The announcer's jinx never seems to fail. Auburn Clark gets it over to Teagan up top, trying to get that pick. Just can't set it up. That chip does not stop these defenders very well. Just can't get in a position in that middle part of the court. They're forced into the corner or forced to put up a shot that is not necessarily high percentages. Maybon comes back into the game. Excuse me, she leaves the game as Abiad comes back in. 3.5 to go here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Puts up that shot off the back of the rim. Out of bounds, back with the Hodags. All things considered, it's been a fairly low-scoring game for both teams. SPASH has been used to 60-plus point performances and even put up a 97 spot, like we mentioned, against Wausau East. You see that again where Teagan Clark was right around the free throw line with the ball. It felt like if she had been able to turn and shoot that one, she would have had some space. Instead, she shoots it from well beyond the arc. And again, even if you are a good distance shooter, you don't want to rely on that shot that frequently. Into the corner now, puts up the 3 and drains it. Ellie Strong gets on the board. She has been a factor all throughout this game regardless of the point total, but now she gets on the board that way too, as a foul is going to be called, and if I could guess, it's going to be against Teagan Clark the way that she is arguing.
Number 4, Teagan Clark, her second, team 6.
That's her second of the game, 6 total in the half, and so 1 more away from 1-1 for SPASH throughout the remainder of this one. We're already getting close to halftime. Nice pass in. Swung back around, another wide open 3. Strong can't get it to go that time. 3-point now the other way. No good off of Awe. Driving this one in and puts up the 2. And Clark gets it to go. 8 points on the game for her, so she has over half of these Hodag points. Soybert puts up the mid-ranger and it's good. In terms of points scored, she came up a little bit dry in the middle part of that first half, but still has 12 points on the game and leads the team. 3-pointer from the corner, bounces off. Soybert into the corner now to Abiad, and she drains it. She's been working to find her shot throughout the course of the night, and I think she just found it. And just like that, 17-point lead for SPASH. They're trying to pour it on, and another ball stolen away. Strong back the other way. Can't get that one to go, though. Rebounded by Paulson. Fast-paced basketball as we get under a minute to go in the first half. Teagan Clark over to Paulson, who works against Abiad. Another pass along the perimeter. Miljevich is the student section trying to get them on the shot clock prank. That's not really going to work if there's no shot clock. but I appreciate the effort. Tegan Clark up top, swung around to Auburn Clark. 20 seconds to go in the first, as that one's going to be stolen away by Soibert. Gets the pass floated up to Strong, and an easy 2.
Soibert assist.
Last 6 seconds left. Stolen away again. It's thrown out of bounds, though, trying to quickly get back down the court for the last shot of the half. But it looks like it'll go to the Hodags. SPASH trying to hold a 19-point lead going into the half.
And number 34, Gracie Anderson.
And they'll take Strong and Soibert out of the game. 3-point corner shot at the half, no good. SPASH with a flurry of activity in the last few minutes of that half. All of a sudden find their offensive spark and lead this one 31-12 going into the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about what both teams need to do to try and get this victory in half number 2. Again, you're watching Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Well, welcome back here to Stevens Point. About 8 minutes remaining in this halftime break as SPASH leads 31-12 over the Rhinelander Hodags. Again, Connor Philippi with you for the halftime report. And we'll start off the halftime report by taking a look at some of these other matchups going on throughout the state of Wisconsin. Owen Withy leading Loyal 19-9 at the start of the second half. Again, like I said, 10 basketball games going on throughout the course of, or the state of Wisconsin, I should say. It is 25-25 at the half between Assumption and Stratford. That should be a good one to continue to monitor as you also continue to watch this one throughout the course of the night. Number 6, Columbus Catholic for girls basketball. They lead 25-18 over Spencer. And by the way, that Assumption versus Stratford game was the boys basketball side, and so we have the Spencer and Columbus Catholic girls team 25-18, like I mentioned. Marshfield going up against Eau Claire North. On the boys side, Marshfield leads the Huskies 41-27, and that is still in the first half. Marshfield dominating offensively in that one. New Richmond going up against DC Everest on the girls' side, 25-14 with 2 minutes left in the first half. a very good DC Everest team, as Marion Tigerton, that is a game that has already streamed. As we have Brilliant at Mosinee, 37-24 at the half. Edgar Wildcats going up against Auburndale. That's a 36-20 lead for the Edgar boys. They're trying to get their first victory of the season over in Auburndale. Appleton North going up against Kaukauna, as Appleton North leads 35-24 in that one. That's just about to start the second half. And then finally, the other game that we had going on here tonight started at 6 o'clock between the Bocelli Cardinals and Iowa Scandinavia Thunderbirds, as that one was a 70-18 victory for these Bocelli Cardinals. They have been absolutely killing it all season long. And so that leads us back to the game we have here tonight. Less than 5 to go here in the halftime break. 31-12 lead for the SPASH Panthers, and there's been a lot of factors for why SPASH is leading this game. First one being turnovers. The SPASH Panthers have really been able to capitalize on their turnovers because for the most part both teams have been able to turn the ball over fairly well. It's just that on the SPASH side, those fast break points have been a lot more successful. They've been able to draw a lot of fouls off those fast breaks, and just in general have been able to put themselves in positions of success from those turnovers. On the other side of things, kind of contributing to that turnover game as well, as the Hodags on offense have really struggled, like we've mentioned all game long, to get good high percentage shots closer to the basket. We've seen a lot of three-point shots being thrown up with not a lot of success. And on top of that, this Hodags team is just really forcing those passes and leading to those turnovers because this tight SPASH defense has been so good. And like I mentioned earlier on, that defensive formation, that zone defense where it's kind of a rotating circle and it just kind of continues to expand and contract as players get closer to the basket. It's incredibly successful to have that kind of defense when the opposing team is not nailing their threes. And it just led to so many turnovers in that first half. On top of that, going now offensively to SPASH, it's just been such a mismatch. First of all, to have Jada Soybert, who's been able to put up the kind of three-point shots that the Hodags wish they could in the course of this game. She's been kind of throwing it up there and getting it to go. And then even when she wasn't making an impact in the point total, she was able to facilitate her other teammates. Ellie Strong and Leah Awe have been unbelievable underneath the basket. And Ellie Strong only 5 points in the first half. But if you only look at that point total, then you'd think she wasn't making her mark, but she certainly is. So many assists in the course of that first half. Leah Awe with that 6'2" frame has been so special underneath the basket, and it's just so easy to throw it right underneath the basket when you can make those things happen. And so we got about 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. We'll take one more timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you to the second half here on Zaleski Sports.
Win for you and your school with the Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. News Channel 7 Winter Wonders Coloring Contest. Kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Get the details and submit your entry at SherrillTireColoringContest.com. The Sherrill Tire and Auto Service Winter Wonders Coloring Contest is how kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Show us your winter wonders with Sherrill Tire and Auto Service and News Channel 7.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. only at Fleet Farm.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all.
You ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
And welcome back here to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, as we are getting ready for the second half. The Hodags looking to get back into this one. They're going to have to mount quite the comeback, though, trailing by 19, 31-12 going into the second half. Ready or not, here we go. Connor Philippi back with you on Zaleski Sports. Immediate steal by Soibert sends it back the other way for the Panthers. We just talked about those turnovers in the first half in the halftime report. Getting this outlet to Soibert, puts up a shot from the free throw line, and it's good. 14 points on the game so far for Soibert. Auburn Clark trying to get this one in. Another forced pass this time works out. Tegan Clark swings it around to Lamers, trying to get that feed in. Somehow they'll poke it back into play, and then the battle for it will result in a jump ball. So impressive hustle by the Hodags to keep possession of that one. Or excuse me, it was actually SPASH's possession. My apologies. SPASH currently in second place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. 5-2 overall versus Wisconsin Rapids 5-1. The only difference there is both teams 2-0 within the conference, and of course SPASH trying to four-peat. They already have the three-peat the last 3 years, trying to win once again in this conference. Auburn Clark puts up the shot, bouncing off the front of the rim, but getting those kind of opportunities are a good start for this Hodags team. Those are the shots you want. Swinging this one around. Strong trying to drive in there, has to retreat back out to Johnson. Maybon back around Soibert, and a violation, and it's going back the other way. It's going to be called against Johnson, her fourth of the game. So she is already in danger of having to leave here with 16:20 remaining in the game. Tegan Clark up top. Gets this one out to Miljevic. Underneath, the swung to the outside, three-pointer for Tegan Clark. Bouncing off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Maybon. Away now, corner three for Johnson, and it's good.
For three.
Excuse me, that is Strong. I apologize. That makes it 8 points on the game for her. Trying to get that one underneath. Eventually winds up in the hands of Auburn Clark, who can't get it to go. Too strong off the back of the rim. Strong in the corner. And back out to Awe. Awe getting some help over to Soibert. She retreats back out. Strong along the perimeter, wide open there in the corner to Maybon. She puts it up and it bounces off. And it is off of SPASH. Coming in now is Harper Robinson. And she will come in for Johnson, who again has those 4 fouls. We'll monitor her closely as a timeout's going to be called for the Hodags. We'll stay with you this time And thank Sherrill Tire and Auto Service for sponsoring Zaleski Sports. Find great deals on tires at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Up to $175 off now through December 18th. There's no better time for new tires from Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. And visit Marshfield to see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park. Open every night from 5 to 9 p.m. the day after Thanksgiving through New Year's Eve. Admission is free with a suggested donation of non-perishable food or cash. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com. And also Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Hodags all of a sudden under pressure from the press, and it's going to immediately result in a turnover. SPASH leading by as much as they are. I'm surprised that they're going with the press now. And the Hodags will call another timeout. There will be a full timeout, so this time we'll step away and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new.
Welcome back here to SPASH as SPASH currently leads 36-12 in this one, and they have the ball. Getting us into the corner to Soybert. She gets this one out to Strong. She puts up the shot and the offensive foul called.
Panther foul with number 20, Ellie Strong, her first, team second.
And so that will be her second foul of the night. So 2 fouls so far throughout the course of this second half. 3-point shot up, and that one bouncing off. Rebounded by Maybon. Awe driving in, puts up the shot, and it's good. And then that foul called. It's going to be against SPASH that time. That's going to be the third for Soybert. And so another throwing up coming. It's another $14-15 to go on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Driving in, and that's good. So Auburn Clark now gets double digits on the night. Soybert, the nice move there to get it over to Strong, puts up the 3, rolls out, and then that eventually goes out of bounds, back with the Hodags. So Auburn Clark takes it down, trying to get that feed in. Again, good defense on the perimeter by Ellie Strong. Up top here to Tegan Clark. Miljevich getting over to Clark again, puts up the shot. That one bounces off, and a foul will be called, but it is on the floor.
Panther foul at number 22, Harper Robinson.
That'll be against Robinson, first of the game. She's getting more playing time throughout the course of this one. Clark looking to throw it in, and that one is going to be off of the Hodags and out of bounds. Soybert up top. Driving in, can't get it to go. The putback is going to result in a foul. WIAA with that good offensive offensive rebound. It'll be another Serve Pro trip to the free throw line. Serve Pro like it never happened.
Number 3, WIAA to shoot 2.
First shot is up and no good. Again, Janelle Carvel leading this SPASH squad, trying to get that rebound back. Instead, it rolls into Auburn Clark's hands. That one is defended, and that is going to be called a foul against Ellie Strong. And I'm just going to say I'm further away from that one than the refs were, so I will go off of them. But that looked pretty clean to me. And that one is off. Maddie Paulson replacing Ella Miljevich. And that one finds its way in. Miljevich gets on the board here tonight. Strong able to break out of the press, and then Awe drives in, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Paulson. She's now double teamed and gets it out to her outlet, Barron. Fakes the three. Now puts up the mid-range shot. That one somehow bounces out. That's just some bad luck there for the Hodags. A couple times throughout this half, they put up some good shots, just can't quite get them to fall. As that one be a turnover on SPASH's side, out of bounds. 12:35 to go on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Tegan Clark swings it around. Lamers puts up the three, that one bouncing off, and that'll hit that top scoreboard section of the backboard. Callie Standifer and Ashley Miller coming into the game. Standifer, the lone freshman on this SPASH squad. Miller, a senior. Nicollet Bank offers personal banking at its best with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. And you can learn more at nicolletbank.com. Soybert with the pass out, three-pointers up, and it rolls in. Ellie Strong gets it to go. And she now has double-digit points on the night. Driving in, rolls off, and it's good. Good play there by Lamers to drive in there. She's got now 3 on the night. Is Strong now with it. And a timeout's going to be called here by Janelle McCarville. Fill your home with the best for home furniture. Sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting. I do that every single time. Lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. And Zaleski Sports also brought to you by Valley Communities Credit Union. For 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been part of your hometown team. They are local, trusted, and strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first. Federally insured by NCUA. And also Stevens Point Orthopedics, proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this winter. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. That's 715-344-0701. As these two teams finish off talking things over here. And SPASH well on their way to improving to 6-2 on the season. Again, they're battling in that Wisconsin Valley Conference as this game will help them in trying to chase down Wisconsin Rapids. And they're preparing for a Wausau West battle on the 19th. As a measuring stick, that is a team that Rhinelander was able to beat by 40. Putting up that shot from the free throw line, that one does not go. Battling for that rebound and getting it there is Tegan Clark. Auburn Clark puts up the deep three, bouncing off, and the rebound eventually winds up with Standifer. Again, she's the lone freshman. One freshman and one sophomore for this SPASH team. Foul's going to be called here against the Hodags. It's going to be against Lexi Barron, her third of the game. But a fairly mild half for the Hodags in terms of fouls. As Abiyad, dribbling away from pressure, gets it over to Standifer. Standifer finds the outlet for Miller. Back around to Strong. Strong finding Soibert. Soibert puts up the shot and bouncing off. Rebounded there by Paulson. Auburn Clark with the drive in. Again, too strong off the backboard. Soibert back the other way, Euro step, and that one rolls off. There's some plexiglass on the rim for both teams the last couple minutes. Foul's going to eventually be called against SPASH. That'll be against Standifer.
Into the game for the Hodags, number 3, Mackenzie Paulson, along with number 34.
And Kenzie Paulson coming into the game for the first time. She's a freshman for the Hodags. And Gracie Anderson in the game. She's a junior. Auburn Clark working against Standifer here. Getting this one all the way back out to Robinson, who fakes it. She drives in, puts up the layup, and it's good.
Lamers for 2.
The feed in there. Puts up the 2, that one won't go. Auburn Clark trying to drive in, she gets fouled. It's going to be against Miller. And I believe that was, or excuse me, they're calling the 1-and-1 for the 2 shots, or the 1 shot, not the number of the player. So it was against Strong that time, as she now has 4 on the game. If that first shot will go in. So 2 straight free throw shots for Auburn Clark. She now has 12 points on the game. Easy feed in there to Johnson.
Assist, Soibert.
It was Soibert on the assist, as driving in here is Clark. She has to retreat back. And that pass had someone zig when she should have zagged, and it's going to be a SPASH ball again. 9:33 to go in the game.
Number 2, Maddie Paulson.
Maddie Paulson coming back in here, replacing Auburn Clark. Seubert looking for some space, putting up the offhand shot, and it finds its way in. And she has 16 points on the game. As Lamers up top will feed it into Clark, and that's going to force a travel. Seubert with the one-on-one past half court. Now she makes her way across the timeline. She will find Abiad. Feeds it in now to Johnson. Under pressure, back to Abiad now. Into the corner here to Standifer. No good. Rebounded by Johnson. Excuse me, that's rebounded by Tegan Clark for the Hodags. Up top, around now to Lamers. Lamers finds Tegan Clark. Fakes that shot. Cuts back over to Tegan Clark. Back around here to Lamers. Lamers drives in, the offhand shot is good.
Lamers for two.
She's got a few consecutive points here for the Hodags. 7 now in the game, as we have under 8 now to go. Seubert drives in, puts up the mid-ranger, and it's good. $18 now in the game for Seubert. That one's stolen away there by Miller as Seubert heads back the other way with it. Hands off to Johnson. Feeds back over to Standifer. Thinks about that three, but hands it off to Miller now, who drives under the basket. And now the good shot up and doesn't go. Miller battles for it, and it's going to be a foul called against Gracie Anderson.
Into the game for the Panthers.
Multiple substitutions coming in. Awe, Strong, and Robinson coming in.
And number 13, Ellie Cummings.
And Meljevic come in. And also Ellie Cummings coming in for the Hodags. She's a sophomore for this Rhinelander team. Treating this one out here to Robinson. Feeding this one in, trying to grab that with one hand. Couldn't quite do it there as Lamers heads back the other way. And trying to muscle that one, can't get it to go. Somehow kept that in. Deep, deep three off the front of the rim. Johnson with the rebound. Getting it out, wide open three for Abiad, and she drains it. Felice Abiad here close to Christmas, as she's got 6 now on the night. Coming up on 6 to go, deep three is up, that one bounces off, and a battle for it going to the ground. And a jump ball is gonna be called.
Into the game for the Rhinelander Hodags, number 1.
And it was Lamers fighting there with Awe for the ball.
And number 10, Lexi Barron.
Kenzie Paulson comes in. As well as Barron. Auburn Clark across the court, stolen away there by Johnson. Johnson with the feedback to Strong, and she gets it to go.
Assist Johnson.
13 points on the night and a whole lot more beyond that on the stat sheet for Ellie Strong. Another timeout taken here. It'll be another full timeout, so we'll step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun, Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
Welcome back here to Stevens Point. Connor Philippi with you. Just under 6 to go in this game as SPASH is well on their way to improving to 6-2 on the season. Again, only one of those losses, excuse me, only one of those losses coming against a Wisconsin team as, again, they took that trip to Minnesota, lost to a very good Hopkins team out there in Minnesota as a foul called. Time against Johnson, it looks like that might be it for her tonight, as that would be her 5th.
Panther foul, number 4, Lydia Johnson, her 5th. Into the game,
and so she'll get high fives from her effort throughout the course of the game. Another one of those players where she gets that captain tag, not just from the points she scores on a game-to-game basis, but being a facilitator, getting those assists, getting those passes, getting those steals. There's so many things that go into winning for this SPASH team besides just the point scorers. Ashley Miller getting this one out to Strong. Strong taking her time. Nice feed in and getting the and one. Alway with 2 more points and Strong with another beautiful assist. 14 points now for Alway as she tries to get a 3-point play here. And so Abiad will come out, Strong will come out. And this is a fairly small team for the SPASH Panthers with only 10 total players on the team. You don't really have those players that, different teams do it differently. Some teams have more players on their JV squad. Some teams prefer to have a bigger varsity pool to pull from and get more experience that way. But for SPASH, pretty much all 10 of their players contributors. Of course, Macy Nystrom not in the game here tonight with that injury. And so 9 players available throughout the course of this game for SPASH. Soybert finding an open player for the shot. That was that was Standifer who couldn't get it to go, but the rebound back up top here to Robinson. Robinson finding Standifer. She puts up another 3, that one well short. Behind the back, but to a Hodag with Paulson. She will find Barron. Deep 3, and it's drained by Auburn Clark. Make that 15 points on the night for Clark. And a lay up there for Soybert. And she has now reached 20 on the night. Deep 3 again the other way, that one won't go. Rebounded though by Cummings. Gets that one out to Miljevich. Trying to feed that one in, it's poked away and it is off of Soybert.
For the Panthers, number 10.
Tegan Clark coming back into the game, as well as Gracie Anderson and Vivian Lamers for the Hodags. Up top here, 2 Lamers. 3.5 to go here in the game as Lamers drives in, no good, and the rebound eventually by Abiyad. Maybon underneath the basket, getting it to go is Miller. She gets on the board here tonight. This one is laid up and good. There's 2 more for Clark. She's had over half of the points here so far tonight with 17. Maybon. As this one will be called a foul against Maybon. She'll go to the line for another serve pro trip to the line. Called against Anderson for her second.
Her second. Stepping to the line for Stevens Point area, number 23, Jayla Maybon to shoot 2.
And this one will rattle out.
Number 13, Ellie Cummings, and number 32,
Cara Monk coming into the game for the first time. She's a junior. And Maybon will get on the board here tonight. In the corner, now swung back around. Up top here to Cummings, now around to Lamers. All the way out across to Auburn. Clark can't get it to go. But the offensive rebound here, Lamers, outlet out to Monk. She throws it up and can't get it to go off the glass. The putback good from Clark. And that is going to be a foul called against Harper Robinson. We are getting dangerously close here to SPASH, getting every one of their players at least a point here tonight.
Stepping to the line for the Panthers, number 22, Harper Robinson.
Off the front of the rim.
Into the game for the
As Barron will come back in, as well as Tegan Clark, as I cross my fingers and hope I didn't just jinx yet another thing here tonight. And it's good. As the announcer breathes a sigh of relief for having not jinxed that free throw. Putting up the underhand, offhand shot, won't quite go. Heading back the other way, let's see if Standifer can get these points here and check every player off the box. This one gets stolen away. Lamers feeds it over to Clark, it's stolen away. Abiyad now over to Miller, and a timeout's going to be called here for SPASH. And since it's the last one, we'll stay with you here and preview what we've got going the rest of the week here on Zaleski Sports. Nothing going on Wednesday, but on Thursday we have another slew of games. We got about 12 games scheduled here on Zaleski Sports, and worth noting a couple of them have a new start time. Girls basketball, number 2 ranked Assumption going up against Auburndale. That has been pushed to 6:30 there on Thursday night. And of course, Newman Catholic and Edgar has also been pushed to 6:30, and I'll be on the call for that one. And so if you like to follow me around, I'll be there. I'm calling pretty much all of Newman Catholic's girls and boys basketball games. That'll be a girls basketball game against Edgar that night. And some of the other top 10 teams, Columbus Catholic, the number 1 team in boys basketball, playing Gilman at 7. We have Piusville Catholic, the number 1 team in girls basketball, playing St. Thomas More, playing the 9th best team in girls basketball. So that will be a good one as well. That's at 7 o'clock on Thursday. On Friday, we got number 6 Marathon against Assumption boys basketball. That'll be a good one at 7:15. Number 6 Columbus Catholic on the girls' side playing Colby at 7. Eau Claire Memorial facing number 7 River Falls at 5:45. An interesting start time there. And then number 2 Stratford and Marathon on the girls' side. All be at Newman Catholic for the boys' side playing Auburndale on Friday. 3-point shot is up, bouncing off. Rebounded though, put back. Again, can't get it. Last minute 20 left. As this one is stolen away by Maybon. Almost gets poked away again. Trying to swing this one around. Getting it over to Standifer. Standifer feeds it into Robinson. Robinson getting it back out to Standifer. She puts up the 3, just misses. The putback attempt rolls off. So close to Standifer getting on the board here tonight. The last 40 seconds starting to tick away here, putting up that floater, and it bounces in.
Paulson for 2.
And that is Paulson. I believe that's Kenzie Paulson on the board. Just trying to dribble this ball away at this point. It goes out of bounds, so SPASH gives up that one, but they will improve to 6-2 on the season. And we'll see what the Hodags try and do here in the last few minutes of play. And so up top here, driving in is Paulson, handing it off to Maddie. She puts up the shot off the front of the rim, and that's going to do it here from SPASH. 61-32 for these SPASH girls. They are 6-2 on the season. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com.
SPASH girls basketball team is going to be back in action on Friday, December 9th.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And welcome back here to SPASH. Connor Philippi here with the post-game report. We're hoping to see if we can get Coach McCarville down here quick enough, but if not, I have, of course, here Jada Soybert and Ellie Strong. So congratulations on the victory first and foremost.
Thank you.
I'll start off here with you, Jada. So I just want both of you to kind of talk about the importance of being or having some seniority on your team. Both of you are in positions where you're a junior, you're a senior, and it's important to have those leaders and to have a lot of these players that have been playing together for a long time. So just talk about the importance to that and what it means for this team to have so many players that are together, cohesive, and in that regard.
Yeah, I think it's really important for us. I think on our team, everyone has the opportunity to be a leader, and it's not just the upperclassmen at all. We do a really good job at that. But yeah, I think that we, use our leadership really well as upperclassmen and just uplift everyone else on the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Jada. It's not necessarily all about the seniority or the experience. I mean, a lot of it does come from that. But again, a lot of this team chemistry that we have really is what makes us successful in these games. So. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm sure you guys know what to do. I'll have you say both of your names and we're in the house, right?
Okay. I'll go first. I'm Jada Soybert.
And I'm Ellie Strong.
And we're in the house.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night.